plate. There we go. You know, a mother provides food for her family. And there, like I said, there's different types of food that the mother provides. There's the physical food that the mother prepares. And everybody, except for a few people, think their mother provides the best food there is. But they also provide spiritual food. You ever think about this? The very first person that teaches their kids about spirituality is the mother. And she's got two things that she can teach. She can teach her children about God and Jesus, or she can teach her children about the world. Her viewpoint sets her children's feet on a path. That mother is the crossroads. And she guides her children down one path or another. She also provides love. Now, if you don't believe me, a mother doesn't love her children, go into the lion's den and pick up a cub. I don't think you're going to like the response. There's nothing more dangerous than a mother when her children is in danger. They'll sacrifice their life for them. I'm going to give you a great example of that. God sacrificed His Son for us, His children. That's love, folks. That's love. And a mother provides healing. You know, when you're a young little whippersnapper, you get a little scratch or you get hurt somewhere, you don't go running to Dad. Dad's going to say, I don't see bone or blood, you're good to go. But no, a mother said, well, let's go get a Band-Aid. Let's put a Band-Aid on it. Let me kiss it. But she is the one that starts the healing process. She's the one that the child knows if I'm hurt, I can always go to her. And she's going to do something to try to make it right, to make me feel better. So she exemplifies God in these three instances. She's the example that God has set down here for us to see Him. She's at the crossroads, standing. She provides. If you look in ancient times, mother went out and gathered the food. Went into the fields and gathered the food. The mother prepared the food. The mother made the clothes. Weaved the cloth. Made the clothes that everybody in the family wore. She made a home. I want to ask you one question, and I'm going to say it real quick, and I want you to give me the first answer that comes to your mind. When you think of home, who do you think of? You don't think of Dad. You think of Mom. Then Dad will pop in there. But the first thought that comes to your mind is Mom. Because that's home. That's home. Wherever Mom is home. And then the mother is a protector. Like I said, if you want to die, threaten a baby, whether it's human or animal. And you'll see a side of that mother come out you never expected to see. They will fight to the death to protect their young. They're spiritual. Even the mothers that don't go to church, they're teaching their children something spiritual. It's not important. Those that go to church are teaching their children that God's important. That we need Him in our life. They teach their children about life. They see their mother on her knees praying, crying out for children that are lost. They see that. So the mother is the first spiritual teacher that a child sees. They teach their children about God's love. They sing them songs. They read them Bible stories. They tell them about Jesus. They break it down very simple and tell them about Jesus. Dads are a little bit more pragmatic, but moms understand the thinking process of children, and so they make it easy for them to understand. They illustrate God's love. Have you ever thought about that for a moment? No matter how much you hurt your mom, she's always mom. No matter how far you get away, she's always mom. The door's always open. You have to do something really, really bad for that door to be shut. You know, Samuel, 2 Samuel chapter 20, verse 19 says, I am one of the peaceful and faithful in Israel, but you are trying to destroy a city that is like a mother in Israel. Why would you devour the Lord's inheritance? Like a mother. A mother looks over her children, points to God's love. Illustrates God's love through her sacrifice for her family. So she stands at that fork in the road and points the way. Two ways. Not multiple ways, two ways. The world or God. She's pointing to one. And she guides her family down a road. Oftentimes, she's the only one bringing her family to church. Oftentimes, she's the only one teaching her children about Jesus. Oftentimes, she's the only one praying for her family. She stands at a particular place in her children's lives. She is the foundation on which her children's lives stands. She's the mortar that holds the family together. Oftentimes, when the mother passes, the family splits apart. She's the bonding agent that holds everything together. And a mother's a symbol of God's willingness and love to sacrifice. How much has God given up for us? How much does mom give up for her children? What is she willing to sacrifice for her children? A mother is willing to give her life for her children. And just as God gave his child for us. She's always there, no matter what. Always ready to forgive, no matter what. No matter how much it hurts. She's always there for her children. She's willing to sacrifice, just as God sacrificed Jesus on the cross. Can you imagine the pain that God endured for his son as he was on that cross? As all the sins, past, present, and future, were poured on him on that cross. Yet he was willing to do that for us because of his love for us. I mean, I want you to think about it. He did that. He sacrificed his son even though no one wanted it. So that we might have hope. And that's what a mother does. She sacrifices everything in her life for her kids to have a better future. A mother stands between her children and the world. A spiritual mother prays for her children. To overcome the world, to come to Christ. She leads through example. She shows her children what it means to be a child of God. Through her service to God. Through what she teaches her children about God. Through her example, through her words, and through her actions. You see, she teaches those children at one of the most important stages of their life, when they're like a sponge and soaking up the information. And they may not remember her doing it, but the seed has been planted. And that's what moms do. They plant seeds and then watch it grow. Yes, moms are important. And that's why we have set a day aside for them. And so my prayer to you is that on this day, you enjoy your special day. What are we singing?